Make Music Day was started 36 years ago by French Minister of Culture Jacques Lang in Paris. Inspired by a friend's observation that the music is everywhere and the concert is nowhere, Lang set out to create a day that would bring people out of their homes and into the street to play and appreciate music. The idea was simple. Anyone and everyone, amateurs, part-time professionals, and established artists, would be encouraged to perform in public spaces on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. With this simple idea in mind, the first Make Music Day, then known as Fête de la Musique, took place in Paris in June of 1982. Since then, the small street fair in Paris has grown to more than 750 cities in over 120 countries across the globe, including over 50 cities in the United States. One of the largest celebrations of Make Music Day in the USA takes place right here in Salem, Oregon. In 2017, our second year of participation, Salem saw over 100 local performers of all genres of music, from alternative to zydeco, play on over 30 stages, and we're hoping to make 2018 even larger. If you would like to perform, host a stage, volunteer, or just keep up with the news about this year's Make Music Day celebration, please visit makemusicday.org/Salem. While you visit the website, please enjoy the music of today's guest, Stereo RV.
Sorry, let's do it. Sitting on the boardwalk, waiting, sun on my face, anticipating. Radio plays my favorite tune, it only makes me think of you. Summer days are turning leaves, catch our breath and rehearse the scene. You'll be the tide, I'll be the shore. We'll wake up together, oh, every morning. Never knew, never had a clue that something like us was overdue. Here's some love to keep in your pocket, a picture of us in an antique locket. Whoa, I've got the melody to keep your heart beating. Let me hear it now, love, hey, let me hear it there, love it. I've got the remedy to keep your body moving. Let me see you dance now, let me see you dance now. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Just knowing that you are here is a promise from God and an answered prayer. I look up at the blue sky, you're the piece of heaven right by my side. Never known where I'll go or do, I'll be writing sweet lyrics or singing about you, yeah. You're the knot that ties my heart, can't be unraveled or pulled apart. I've got the melody to keep your heart beating. Let me hear it now, love, hey, let me hear it there, love it. I've got the remedy to keep your body moving. Let me see you dance now, let me see you dance now. Oh, 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 oh. Your turn.
I can be your remedy, girl. Let me be your remedy, girl. I can be your remedy, girl. Girl, girl.
Let me hear your melody. I can be your melody. Let me hear your melody. Oh, oh, oh. I've got the melody to keep your heart beating. Let me hear it now, love, hey, let me hear it there, love it. I've got the remedy to keep your body moving. Let me see you dance.
Crushed it.
That yes, you did. You remember writing that song?
It was a fun time.
Yeah, do you remember writing that song where?
Yeah, I was obviously there. I remember.
I remember us wanting this reggae feel because at that time, like whistling
Oh my gosh,
whistling
yes.
in songs and the pop songs were really popular.
Yes.
And then I forget what song it was that came out, but there was a really popular like reggae tune song, and I was like really focused in on that. And so we started doing that song as we were getting to know each other.
Yeah. And we wanted to write something different.
Write something
This was like the
different.
first like really different song.
Yeah, because the
we
first
wrote.
song we wrote was Young Love, sitting on the floor over coffee.
Your first cup of coffee ever.
Yeah, that's true. It took me a while because I'm timeless. But
Timeless.
yeah, I remember sitting down, writing that song, and then us kind of talking about whether or not we would maybe be a duo or if we were going to take music.
Because this is like, what, the second or third one we wrote?
I think this was the second one.
I think this is the second
This
because we
is the
wrote
second
Young
one.
Love.
We wrote Young Love.
And then, as always, we always write the songs. I'm just sitting there on my guitar, and I think it was literally just something like as simple
yeah,
as
and then
that.
I
then you're
had
like,
you
oh,
do
play
it
that
like
again, play
90
that
times
again.
for that
Yep.
entire hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's how I work.
And then my fingers bled.
And then your fingers bled.
But it's okay, I had a red guitar.
Wow. And you were cheesy, just as now.
Yes, very cheesy.
I remember when we were talking about whether or not we were going to make this into like a duo, or
You're
if
gonna
we could
commit to
even
writing music.
commit, or even just performing. Could we even get along with each other? I mean, past the physical attraction or the fact that we maybe liked each other. But I remember you telling me about your story about Bobby McFerrin and how that's how you got started into beatboxing, because that was the one thing that drew me to you was your beatboxing. So, I mean, how much did Bobby McFerrin influence you when it came to us starting to write?
Oh, man. Everything. I mean, I always grew up listening to my great-grandfather's jazz records, and, he loved scatting, so he had, like, records upon records of just jazz improvising vocally, and I listened to that, and then he was playing, it was Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy. And I was like, oh, who is this? What band is this? And he was like, no, it's just one guy. It's Bobby McFerrin. I'm like, what? No way. And then he showed me like old videos, and it blew my mind that someone could do that with their voice, that it was even possible. I mean, he does more of like the original, like African-inspired beatboxing, but that just blew me away. So right away I got in jazz band. I started playing upright bass, surrounded myself with jazz, and I've always liked jazz. You know that. You may not be as big of a fan as I am.
I am not a jazz fan.
But I could listen to a three-piece play all day long. And so just Bobby McFerrin became my first love, if you will. And he was a big part of music and where I'm at now. What about you, Myra? What was your first big musical influence? And you're like, whoa.
Okay, so this is kind of like a two-part question for me, because growing up, I was constantly like push-fed Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers, Doobie Brothers, and the one funny comment that kind of went around with my mom and my dad was that my mom loved the Beatles before the drugs, and my dad loved the Beatles after the drugs. And that just shows you how completely different their musical tastes were.
That's very true.
And so my mom was always, playing instrumentals or worship songs because I was raised in the church. And my dad was always playing anything that was against church. And that was Grateful Dead. And so, China Cat Doll. And but I got into Michael Jackson because back then MTV was the big thing. I'd run home, watch TRL. And so my first musical influence was actually Eminem, because I got what he was rapping about, and I sort of wanted to be like a female white rapper.
Oh,
but I'm like really, really bad at it. And so I remember wanting to be like I'm going to be the first white female rapper. And then this 19-year-old chick named Lady Sovereign, she was the first one, so I couldn't do that anymore. But on the second part of that question, the album and the artist that actually like really influenced me was Coldplay's XYZ album.
It's a good album.
I was going through a lot of heavy stuff, being, in college on my own, in a state that I've never lived in before, being in Florida. And the song Fix You, that entire album just completely saved my life.
This is what, the third song we wrote? Fourth song?
Yeah, this one sat in my phone for 4 years before we did anything with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. This is free.
Yeah. Gravity, gravity is pulling me downtown where the losers and the sinners hang out. All the lost souls don't want to be found. Been coming here for a while now. Secretly I've made it my hideout, the one place that can't put me down. 'Cause these secrets, they have become my demons. I try to shake the reasons. My knees fall to the ground. And my life is on repeat. It's all I hear these days. I wanna turn around. Everything that we do in life's a test. When we fail, it's hard to clean up the mess. We don't like the bruises when we fall down. Can't tell you how long it took me to find out that I had some grown up to do. All these years I was hanging out. Oh, all these secrets, they have become my demons. I try to shake the reasons. My knees fall to the ground. And my life is on repeat. It's all I hear these days. I wanna turn around. Free from me.
I don't know if you like the feeling every time we play it live. It's just, I don't know, it just feels so healing. Like there's something about that chorus. If you just close your eyes and just listen to the chorus, it's like you're slowly being healed through the music. I think music.
Wow, you're so cheesy.
I am. You know this. I'm so cheesy. We definitely know I am not lactose intolerant. I'm full of cheese. But I don't know, like.
Wow.
Yeah, yet again, cheesy.
Oh my gosh, you're on
Just,
a roll, Gabe.
Growing up,
Yeah.
music was. It's how I got by. It's how I got through. I firmly believe that music is very much healing, if we're being cheesy. How do you feel, Myra, about music?
Well, I think from your standpoint, how you got into music was just about because it was your coping skill, it was your escape. For
Yeah.
me, like I think I was so supported in what I was doing. Like my sister was taking piano lessons, and I was taking guitar lessons, but like I just gravitated towards the piano because I had all of these things I wanted to articulate, but I didn't have a way of expressing them. And that's where music really hit me, was that I could say anything I wanted if I just had something to put it to, And I know when we were thinking about starting, what was the content that we wanted to write about, when we started writing Human, it was about all of the little ones, the lives that I had been involved with. And you'd see me come home and I'd just be like, I don't want to do this job anymore. Or I don't know what to do with this person. Or this little guy's, having such a difficult time navigating through his environment, through his feelings. And how can I be that beacon for him? Because dealing with human lives, it's how fast we transition or how slow we can transition. And, everybody's different with the way that they react to things. And so
Human was a huge shift for us. I mean, before Human, we were just writing about our love and our experiences.
And living in that RV.
That was a good time, man.
Yeah.
You learned to definitely live with less.
Yeah.
And
but
that you can't escape arguments, but
no, go
not
to the
in
couch.
10 square feet.
Get out of here.
But
We camp for life.
yeah, taking all of your experiences and all the kids that you've worked with that type of job, you can't leave those problems at work. Like
it's hard. It is
a
definitely
lot
hard.
of jobs. Like if you had a bad day, that stayed there, and then you went home and you coped however you choose to cope. But having to shake off all of their stress and their worries and their opinions about the world, I saw it as something I could never do, nor would I want to do.
Because I definitely had like compassion fatigue,
Yeah.
And being like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, but I just loved working with them. And so I knew that was the concept that we really wanted to focus on, and the theme that we wanted to write about when it came to preparing for our EP was to focus on stories and to make sure that we told them well. And I know, when I came to you and I was like, hey, I wrote this chord progression for Human.
Oh yeah, gosh, I remember that.
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
2.5, 3 years ago, came to you and
You're
I wrote.
like, what do you think about this?
Yeah, and I was just like, but I had that. But before I even wrote that, I had like these 2 sentences. Like I've got scars. They show me just where my past has been, because at that time I was working with a young girl who was self-harming, and it took me forever to be able to say like, your scars don't define who you are.
Well, I mean, that sentence alone is powerful. Like your past doesn't define who you are as a person.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to do Human?
Yeah, let's do Human. That sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're really weird.
I've got skies, they show me just where my best has been. I've got wounds that are taking their time healing. My heart is a compass that I'm following. All I know is I'm just trying to be human. I'm a free spirit, proving I exist. Human, I've got faith that's becoming limitless. Human, make me laugh, it is the best medicine. All I know is I'm just trying to be human, human, just trying to be human, human. No, I'm in a war that's challenging all my bravery. I've got fears that I'm trying to conquer within me. My strength and my shake, but I won't admit defeat. All I know is I'm just trying to be human. I'm a free spirit, proving I exist. Human, I've got faith that's becoming limitless. Human, make me laugh, it is the best medicine. trying to be. It's in my future that I will mess up. I'll make mistakes. I'm a diamond in the rough. All of this doesn't mean I'm a failure. All I know is I'm just trying to be human. I'm a free spirit, proving I exist. Human, I've got faith that's becoming limitless. Human, make me laugh, it is the best medicine. All I know is I'm just trying to be human. I'm a free spirit, proving I exist. Human, I've got faith that's becoming limitless. Human, make me laugh, it is the best medicine. All I know is I'm just trying to be.
Man.
You know what's been really cool is being a part of what we kind of done every summer solstice, has been doing Make Music Day, the free event.
Yeah, I mean, Make Music Day was really fun to be a part of.
The first time they did it, and the first time...
Oh, that's right, when we were on the Capitol steps?
Yeah, and they got in Rolling Stone,
Yeah.
which made last year so exciting.
That all those other places jumped on.
Right, with all the other places that jumped on, and then you had like a main stage, and I know for us how important it is for us to be able, when we were looking for our first gig, do you remember? I was like, nobody will book us.
Yeah.
And a lot of people and a lot of kids who are trying to get into music, it was such a great experience for us to be able to be a part of it and get to know all of the first timers that are like, this is my first time actually doing a show.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh my gosh. And Make Music Day totally opened that avenue up for those individuals who had never done it, was trying to book a show, and now they had the ability to bring out their family if they're going to sit in front of, a downtown establishment, or if they're going to be on the main stage, they have the opportunity to bring out a camera crew if they wanted to film this, and that way they can upload it and try and get book gigs that way. So it's really cool to see how Make Music Day has really set apart most music festivals. It's free. Anybody can play.
Yeah.
Venues, we want to see more venues. I know I want to see like a lot more venues, just really unique shows going on.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to see how engaged our community is. And we got to have some foster kids come out last year.
That was fun.
And I know one of them was like, I really want to do that this year.
It was a cool experience. It was I didn't know what to expect going into it. I'm like, cool, we're going to perform in the park and all that, but just seeing the amount of support for everyone that was there, like regardless where they were people walking from one side of town to the other side of town, supporting people.
Yeah.
And especially if it's someone's first time performing or just performing at all, like having that support is great, because I people can perform, but sometimes it's scary. It's scary. I still get some jitters now and then.
That's the most valuable thing about Make Music Day, is the fact that anybody who's anybody can pick up their instrument, and whether it be their 900th time performing or their first time, it's an opportunity to get your entire community out with other musicians who are in the same market, wanting to play. And that's the cool thing about it. So I think I'm going to have a couple of the kiddos that I work with sign up and make a go of it.
I think the underlying thing is, I think it's important for people to make music. There's so many things that people can take from you, but your voice and your thoughts, whether you're singing or spoken word or even beatboxing, it starts really as Boots and Cats, but that's something no one can ever take away from you. And if I don't know, if you have a message or you just want to talk, I think
because artists,
music is so important. Just writing down your thoughts,
getting spoken word out there, just anything, how expressive you can be, and being able to have such a free event, geared towards people being able to experience music in a completely different way. So,
what are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
You want to do a little runaway?
You think that's too aggressive of a transition?
No, I think it ends it well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
ocean we go freely. Don't need no one except the lost and the needy. Have more fun with Jack and Mary. We survive while we have a good time. Up on the tracks where the holy rollers ride. Past the graveyard is where the dead bones lie. Only prayers to stay alive. Now cross to the other side. Ooh, we're the runaways. Ooh, they can't make us stay. Ooh, we have a choice to make. We'll decide our fate now. Ooh, we're the runaways. Ooh, they can't make us stay. Ooh, we have a choice to make. We'll decide our fate. Find our place among the down and out with the ones who don't settle from town to town. Lawlessness brings the criminals out. This is the life of a band. Ooh, we're the runaways. Ooh, they can't make us stay. Ooh, we have a choice to make. We'll decide our fate now. Ooh, we're the runaways. Ooh, they can't make us stay. Ooh, we have a choice to make. We'll decide our fate.
We the runaways.
We the runaways. We the runaways. Runaways. I'm up to no good. I'm a troublemaker. I'm up to no good. I'm a troublemaker. Ooh, we're the runaways. Ooh, they can't make us stay. Ooh, we have a choice to make. We'll decide our fate now. Ooh, we're the runaways. Ooh, they can't make us stay. Ooh, we have a choice to make. We'll decide our fate. We're the runaways. We're the runaways. We're the runaways. Oh, we're the runaways. We're the runaways. We're the runaways. Runaways. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice playing with you, Gabe. Have a
It's
nice
a pleasure.
night.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
Okay.
see you around sometime.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Have my people call your people.
For more information on Make Music Day, make sure to click on the link below in the URL to sign up or to be a business or volunteer. Thanks, guys.